Yeah. What's for dinner? Toad. The princess mailed me something. That's so beautiful. Thanks, princess. Dude. That felt so good to receive mail from a good friend. So do these planets out here don't appear unless you're... That's weird, but kind of cool. Can I just like do this? No. But it's pretty cool that you can see them all like that. It's just so much better than part 1. This is so much better, dude. Wait, what? Why doesn't this one have a... Oh, because of the chimp. Common metals are cool. I like them. Although I don't think any of them have ever really been that tough to find in my experience. I don't remember any of them being like, where is this shit? Which I don't hate. I kind of don't love searching for stuff. I mean, I do. But I think it's easier for me to become bored doing that than like just trying to overcome a straightforward challenge. Like I'm playing a lot of Celeste lately, and that's a perfect... I mean, it's, you know, this is why I've been thinking about it, is because of that game. Because it's a perfect example. It's like, well, you can either focus on the like doing the B-sides and so on and so forth, which is just like really, like, you know exactly what you need to do. It's just a matter of doing it that's hard. But then I've also been trying to find the heart collectibles throughout the levels, and that's been less fun, just because, you know, I just something that I personally am less interested in. Even though, like, the B-sides are definitely, I mean, I don't know, it's hard, it's kind of hard to say. Also, the hearts they're hidden in pretty fun ways in Celeste, I must say. It definitely isn't, like, the worst example of it. I also like finding, I do like finding stuff. It's like metric games, I think, do it right. As long as you're not trying to go for 100%. Or like the Korok seeds, you know? I like when there's a lot, like, there's 900 Korok seeds. Which just means that you'll definitely always be finding one, you know? Like, there's so many around that you're always gonna find one. But you don't need them all. It's not even like a matter of, like, you don't have to get them all to 100%, or like, the only reason you would get them all is to 100%. It's like, there's no reason to get them beyond, like, at least in, I don't know about Tears of the Kingdom, but, you know, you only need like 400 or whatever, which is like good. That's right. I remember that. Remember that comet metal all too well. This is adaptive music too. It like speeds up. That's cool. That was weird. Can't aim. Nice aim, no to aim. Way to breathe, no breath. I should've got that one up. What are you doing? Shit. How do you do it? That's hard. Is it a matter of like timing the Z button press? I did it first try early in episode 1. That's so funny. It's really hard. I didn't realize what I had done. That's awesome. I shouldn't have done that. I should have gotten it with Yoshi. I guess I need to study up on that. I figured it was kind of easy because I just did it. That always happens. Anyway, speaking of Celeste, I just beat... There's a lot of optional content after the fact. Like, all the B-sides, of course, but, like, there's C-sides and fucking, like, 2 extra chapters. It's pretty crazy. Right now, I've just been making my way through the B-sides. I haven't done the core yet. I'm not sure if... I'm definitely just playing it until, like, I feel like, well, this is a good time to stop. I'm not gonna 100% it necessarily, but I might if I feel compelled to, you know? If I just never stop thinking it's fun. I just recently, last night I beat the 5th and 6th B-sides. And then I made it about, I think, a third of the way through the 7th one, and I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. It was really fun. It's crazy. Like, the first 5 B-sides were tough, don't get me wrong, but the 6th one was fucked up. Like, it was such a spike. It was so long and so hard. Oh, this level. I always think, this is like for some reason, this is the level I always think about when I think about this game. Or one of them. But yeah, man, maybe I should play Celeste on this. I kind of wish that I had. Because it'd be fun. I don't know, though. Maybe not, because it'd be pretty boring to just watch me retry the same level over and over again, so I guess not. But I have a really hard time, like, concentrating on anything, so I don't think recording would actually make me play worse. If anything, it would make me play better, because I'd be kind of wanting to show off. But maybe not. I like that purple bird back there, he's cool. Fluzzard. Let's glide. Yeah, I already know how to do this. Oh, okay. That's so weird that it starts. The picture shows what you shouldn't be doing. Like, what? You goofballs. Maybe it, like, I don't know, that's funny though. Gently, okay. I hate that stupid point down. Why would they do that? Why? Ugh. Fucking Skyward Sword. That's the biggest thing about, like the Switch really. Oh, this is not good with the one microphone. Can you not flap up? I think you could. Oh no, this isn't Skyward Sword. Okay, we're good. We're good. Anyway, that's the biggest thing about the Switch release of Skyward Sword. You know, like I like the motion controls in that game. They're pretty fun. I think they worked okay for me, but not using the bird. I hated them using the bird. I hate them. I hate angling the Wii remote down. It does not feel right. What were they thinking with that shit, man? I don't know if do I have to go through these? I might. You know what? You have to do it to get the common medal, I think. You know what I wish I could play on this? I wish I could play DS games, because I really want to play I want to play Spirit Tracks right now. I love that game. I was fortunate enough to grow up with those DS games, so the touch screen controls don't bother me to this day. I've always had I think there's some people who just love motion controls and like any type of weird like controller setup. And then there's a lot of people who dislike them, and I think I'm like slightly above average in terms of tolerance for weird control schemes. Like by no means, I'm like I talked about Sonic and the Secret Rings, which suck ass, you know. But like I love gyro aim. But everyone loves gyro aim unless you're weird or you have wrist problems. So I don't know. I definitely I played Red Steel 2, hated it, but that was fun what I just did. I love the touchscreen Zeldas, so you know. I love those games. They're so fun. The touchscreen controls, they're kind of like, when you think about it, it's like, why? Why can you only control it with the touchscreen? Does that add anything to the game? And it's like, well, it is analog control. It's not an analog stick, but you have 360 degrees of motion. It's easier to walk and run. So I mean, yeah, there's benefits. It is a top-down Zelda game, so you know. Or are they? Will they count? Oh, I like how they changed this song. That's cool. Oh, I was just spinning it. Damn it. What's it talking about? Oh, yeah. Oh. I don't know. Come on. Obviously, I love the map. Everything to do with the map in those games is just perfectly executed. What's up there? Ah, damn it. Am I dead? Yeah. Oh, whoa. Hey, bro. Dude, I love this remix of it. I didn't realize how different this song was. I forgot about this. It's such a cool version of this song. Just saying hi. What's up? Oh, okay. Actually, I was just coming to get this coin. Love this part. Cool song. Yeah, there's a secretive star, I think. I'm hearing it. Yes. Love that. Those are the best stars. See what I mean? Like, I'm talking about, like, I don't like finding stuff. And then I just found out, I'm like, that's the best star. And it's like, But, I gotta be honest, I'm just a big bundle of weird, controversial, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word that I'm looking for. A bundle of blank opinions. Like, opinions that contradict each other. Is it contradicting opinions? Is that what I'm looking for? It doesn't seem like what I was trying to say. But I guess it works. But, you know. What the fuck? Was his mouth fucked up? I didn't see that right. Where's that guy? What's going on with your mouth? Are you okay? Do they all have that? How did I never notice that? I already knew that, but that's okay. Thanks for telling me that. I love the face ship. This game's great. Don't lag on me now. But yeah, I mean, like, obviously the fun of the DS games it's an example of a console you really can't emulate without either some special hardware or just getting lucky on what game you're playing, you know. Like, I'm sure there's games that you can emulate just fine. Like Sonic Rush you can emulate. Except for well, no, you can't because of the special stages, so never mind. I mean, you can emulate, it just isn't the same exact experience, you know. Like, emulating this game, which is what I'm doing, I'm using a Wii Remote and Nunchuck with a Wii sensor bar. Like, I'm getting the exact same experience. From a control standpoint. There's visual errors and it stutters and stuff. It's not the exact same. The control scheme-wise, it's the exact same. But that's not the case with DS games. Unless you have very specific hardware. I'm sure you could use like a SotK could do it. But it would feel pretty similar. That's why hacking a 3DS is all the more... I think that's another reason why hacking 3DS is such like a craze. Because it's like you can't play DS and 3DS games on your computer with as much like aplomb as you can with others. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I could get a fucking Raspberry Pi or a flash cartridge if I wanted. But it's like, or I could just play the games on my fucking computer and get the exact same experience. It's not the exact same, of course. That's why people do that, but you know how it goes. I should play Kirby's Return to Dreamland on this. I've tried to get into Kirby many times, and I did once when I was a kid. I really liked, did I get the Comet Medal? How do you know that? I don't think I did. Is it down here? Damn it. Boom. Then it's not down here, and I lost my B power up in 1 HP. So what was I saying? Fuck, I forgot. Oh, Kirby. Yeah, I really liked Kirby Squeak Squad as a kid, which apparently people don't like that one. I don't know why. But, I mean, I'm not saying people are stupid. It's been a long time since I played it, but when I was a kid, I loved that game. And it's the only Kirby game I've ever really gotten super into. So, oh yeah, there's something down there. Just some star bits. Come on. I gotta follow the intended path. It's just so fun. Yeah, Breath of the Wild was so good. What a great game. Got it. Nice. I wish Tears of the Kingdom turned out a little better. It's such a shame. Zelda's my favorite video game franchise ever since I was a little kid, you know. And I've pretty much unequivocally loved... my first playthrough of every Zelda game, 3D Zelda game, I loved. every time. Like even Skyward Sword, which I went back to later as an adult and definitely was like, ugh. But then the Switch version made it really good, so now I like that game again. But Tears of the Kingdom, I still liked it. I liked it a lot. It was good. But, I don't know. I don't think it's a case of being like, oh, I guess I'm just getting older. It's like, fuck that. Come on, man. No. It's just that the game wasn't all that good to me, because it's... I don't know. And again, I'm holding it to an impossibly high standard, both because of nostalgia and just because they've always turned out really good, you know? Like, even Breath of the Wild came out when I was 17, you know? Like, nostalgia's just a part of the equation here. As much as I wish it wasn't, you know? Just because then it would seem less biased. But if anything, I feel like... I don't know. I don't think I have a problem with disliking things. Well, I do. But I know that about myself, so I think I'm pretty good at recognizing when that's the case. And I'm talking about, like, counterculture. Like, I don't think I have a problem with intentionally or, like, trying to dislike stuff just because it's popular. I don't think I do that unknowingly. Whoa, that... I wonder what that's supposed to look like. I don't think I'm a contrarian on purpose anymore. But I used to be as a kid. But anyway, so I'm saying that, like, you know, like, I love The Last of Us. You know what I mean? I love Mario Galaxy. I love a lot of stuff that's really popular. You know what I mean? I'm pretty easy to please when it gets down to it. Like, I liked Sonic and the Secret Rings. I'm just gonna... There, I said it. Okay? You think I had any fun admitting that? But it's like... I just didn't... I don't know. Tears of the Kingdom was like... It was obviously great. It's funny how, like... It's still like a 4 out of 5. It's still an 8 out of 10, you know? Maybe like 8.5. Maybe 9 out of 10. But it's just like... Zelda's meant so much to me for my whole life. All those 3D games are such cool masterpieces. And so many of the 2D ones are such masterpieces. That a 9 out of 10, I'm honestly a little bit like... Damn it. You know? It's not fair. But it's also like the reason... I think, honestly, the worst part about it is... The fun feels less earned, I guess what it is. Like, that's why that game is kind of disappointing. More so, like, honestly, like... When it gets down to it, like, even though I like the Switch version of Skyward Sword, it's still only like a 9 out of 10, or if that, like 8.5 or something. I probably had more fun playing Tears of the Kingdom than I did Skyward Sword. It's just that the way it achieved that feels so much less earned. That was weird. I was fully tilting the control stick. But it's like, and I know, like, people talk about how Zelda games are similar and they've, like, followed the formula and stuff and then needed a shake-up and all that. And it's like, that's true. But then you think about it and it's like, do you really think that of, like, it's Skyward Sword? I never really agreed with that argument. And of course it's because I played those games as a little kid. But it's like, dude, Skyward Sword is so, like, when you get, it looks completely different. The way you control it is completely different, not only from every other game in the series, but like most games in general. It's just like, whoa, it's so weird how people feel about those games, especially when, like, it's not like Nintendo is not guilty of putting out shit that's really fucking similar to everything else, like, in the franchise, you know? Like, I just talked about Kirby. People love Kirby games. Kirby games are cool, but they're all pretty similar to each other. I shouldn't say that. I haven't really played most of them, so I'm talking out of my ass there. I'm sorry, but... you know, like, this game... It's pretty similar to Mario Galaxy 1. But it's still really good. Like, the new Super Mario Bros. Games... It's just so weird to me, like, people say that about Zelda of all things, when they're so different. When you, like, I'm not even, like, on a... Like, you don't have to be that big of it. They all look... completely different from each other in screenshots. And there's 2 examples, and I'm talking about 3D ones only. There's 2 examples now where that's not true, where you kind of have to be pretty knowledgeable about the series to be able to tell them apart by a screenshot, and that's occurred at the time of Majora's Mask, and then Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. But it's like, Majora's Mask, okay, it looks and plays a lot like Ocarina of Time, but there's a global timer and a time loop setup, and there's 3 transformation masks. So it's like if you say those games are similar, you didn't play them. They're as different as two games in the series can be. And then there's Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, and it's like it's even harder to tell the difference just on a screenshot. And it's the same map, and you do almost all the exact same stuff. And the big difference is that you can like make cars and stuff. And it's like, okay, well, I really liked Breath of the Wild, so I guess I don't hate having more time and more stuff to find in this exact same map, but I mean, it would have been sweet, though, if you... I don't know. Again, it's like I'm holding the series up to like a stupid, impossible standard. Just based on me loving it so much as a kid. It's not fair. But the game... I don't know. I can't. I'm gonna say it over and over again because I think I should. I don't want it to seem like I didn't like that game because I did. I loved it. It was so much fun. There were times when I was like, "This is the best Zelda game," but there were also many more times when I was like, "Same map, man." And I talked about last time how I go on media blitz or blackout, so I didn't even know. I did not know they were reusing the map. I did not know that. And so that was like, oh, I honestly, it's definitely an instance where like I wish I did going in because it would not have been that disappointing. But it was. Like, damn it. Doesn't seem to make you go much faster in this one. In the first one, it's like you can just do this and you go way faster. Okay, I'm glad. I don't know. It's just like jumping. Oh man. I just remember like, oh, and how long you spent with. I'm not a fan of the paraglider. I think it was way more fun, and you had to like think way harder when you didn't have it at the start of Tears of the Kingdom. It was so awesome. And then I got it, and I was like, oh, damn it. But it is cool that it's optional this time, so I could play without it next time, and I think I will. It's just really. I don't know, to me, I get why people like it, because it is freeing, but it's also, like, really... Uh-oh. Escape route. It's just so, like, it's like a thief of creativity. There's so often when it's, like, you could just use that in climbing to avoid doing something in an interesting way, or, like, there's, like, stuff set up that seems like it's for the people who don't like the paraglider, you know? And again, I know that's also an unpopular opinion, but I always feel like I see so many videos about that game talking about how, like, oh man, the paraglider is so fun and how beautiful it is to have it. And like you hear people be like, oh man, I wish I had the like in Tears of the Kingdom, it's like, where's the paraglider? What the hell? It's like, again, I didn't know. This was the most successful media blackout I ever went on. Because it's a 3D Zelda game. I didn't even need to see a screenshot of it. I was going to buy it the second it came out. That's just how it is. And I'll buy the next one too, even though this one was a little bit disappointing. I'm a stooge. I'm a corporate stooge for sure. But it's like, oh. I didn't know. Wait, what was I just talking about? I forget what I was just talking about. What didn't I know? Oh, the paraglider. Yeah, I didn't know that the paraglider was in it or not. If it was, maybe they got rid of it. Because I know that, like, they were willing to rethink the Zelda formula and get rid of, like, they got rid of the soundtrack. They got rid of, like, melodic field themes and stuff. So it's like, obviously they were willing to, like, rethink everything about that. Damn. About that series. So I was like, I was playing it. I was like, "There's no paraglider, sweet." They were willing to like think back on things and get rid of stuff, even if people really liked it, just for the sake of maybe making the game a little better. And it's like, okay, awesome. But it turns out I was wrong, which is very. What is that? Oh, it's one of those little. I see. And that's the thing, like, they made it optional, so that is still an improvement, in my opinion. I feel like it was so cool to not have it at first. And I didn't have it for so long that I really did start to be like, is it not in this? And get so excited. I don't know. There's just so many little things about the formula that really didn't work that well, in my opinion, that they left exactly the same. I can't believe they left eating exactly as it was. It's so weird. Like, what? I had to just... Like, in Breath of the Wild, every playthrough I've done of it since that first one, which is... They've never really gone that far. I've never actually played them that much after that first one. That game by that much, I mean. That first playthrough, obviously, I played like hundreds of hours, but ever since then, I've never really been able to make it that far, but that's whatever. But I always just never eat, which works perfect. Like, then you go to towns to sleep in inns, or like you save spirit orbs and use them when you need an HP refuel. Or like, the spirit orb, you get your HP refueled at the end of every shrine. And it's like fun. And it's like, wow, it almost feels like the game was designed with this playstyle in mind, and it's like, I think it definitely was. I think that's something you can say about that game, is they definitely looked out for the people who want to impose challenges upon themselves. Because, like, I'm serious, playing without eating, it feels like it's just so much fun, and it works so well that it feels like it was always in the cards. I'm not saying, like, it was how it was supposed to be, and then they changed it at the last minute. It's like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they definitely play tested. I mean, I would be shocked if they just... Like, because why can you sleep in inns? Why can you do that? If not with the intent of, like, this way people can refuel their health without eating if they don't want to eat. I mean, eating is just so... It's so easy to do. And you always have, like, infinite money. Or, I mean, food. Like, you can cook one radish and have a full restore with extra hearts on top. It's so easy. And people talk about how, like, oh, it's so hard. They really got hard this time. And it's like, that's true. And then it's kind of undermined by that damn eating system. Like, that game starts out so difficult and so scary and awesome and tense and so good. And then you slowly start to realize, like, oh, I have 99 apples in my inventory. Therefore, I'm invincible. Like, I can't be beaten. As long as I'm willing to open the menu every time I get hurt. I mean, there's even you can't be one-shot killed if you're at full HP. So, like, you literally, as long as you cook enough durians or whatever, you can't be killed. And it's like, come on, really? So I was sure they would do something for that in the sequel and make it not so strong, but they didn't do it. It's just, I mean, it's not the worst problem in the world. Like I said, it does seem considered if you just choose not to eat yourself. And all those same systems were in place, you know. I don't know. Another thing is the armor. It's like, why are these bonuses tied to the armor sets like this? It's just so weird. Like, because there's no reason, like, this is just straight, I'm just quoting Matthew Matos' review of that game, of course, but it's like, if you have the climbing gear, then every time you come up to a wall, you might as well just put it on. There's no downside to doing that at all. And then you just take it off and put on whatever you were wearing before. Like, you can, right before you're about to get hit, put on your best armor, take the hit, then pause again, take it all off. Which it's like, okay, of course, no one is going to do that. You have to be fucking weird to actually do that, and I've never done that. But it's just like, it's a little bit like, I know I could do that, and it's like, well, why? Like, this is just weird. Like, why is it set up like that? I don't know. Maybe it's like, it's honestly, like, it's not that big of a deal. It's just like, these little systemic things that I personally have to, like, keep in check with willpower myself, which is like, okay, that's fine. But it would obviously be better if I didn't have to do that, because I'm driving a wedge between myself and the character I'm playing. Like, why wouldn't Link do that? Like, why wouldn't Link eat to keep himself alive? That makes no sense. You know what I mean? So I'm like, it's becoming less immersive because I'm distancing myself from the character I'm playing as. That's really a big problem. Although, I mean, again, I love to repeat myself, but none of it is that big of a problem. It's just little things, and of course, the way that I'm speaking about it, the things that I'm saying about it, are making it into a game that would be better for me, but probably wouldn't be as good for many others. So it's like, that's the problem. They seem to have catered more towards people who, like, in terms of the, like, if you don't impose challenges on yourself, they definitely have catered the game more towards people who aren't interested in, like, you know, I don't want to say, like, being challenged. That's not fair at all, but it's like, I don't know. I just wish that there could have been more it could have been more in the middle. I don't know. Especially because it's like, you die in one hit, or not, you can't die in one hit if you have full HP, but it's like, you take so much damage sometimes. It's weird, like, are they willing to challenge people or not? I don't know. Watch his hips. Yes. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Also, the, everything, like, the attachments to the arrows, terrible. It was terrible. What were they thinking with that? That is so badly implemented. I can't, I just don't, I don't know how that was acceptable. Apparently, they spent a year on polish, apparently. It's like, what? How could that system be in the game as it is? How? It just can't be right. I feel insane. I think we're good. Why? Every arrow you have to reattach it? And you have to scroll through this huge linear menu every time? What? And it's like, some of the stuff you get is so powerful, and also, like, does the same as others. Like, why would I ever use a dazzle fruit when the smoke fruit does exactly what the dazzle fruit does, but 30 times, like, it is the exact same use, but way better with the smoke fruit. Why? And the smoke fruit is so ridiculously overpowered, and it is not a limited resource. Like, you find them all the time just by exploring the depths, which is, by the way, the same map as above again, but huge and empty with all the same enemies. Awesome. Like, it looks really cool. I love the darkness mechanic. That's really cool. Oh wait, it's just the same map as above, and the reward is amiibo rewards from the first one, like a weird immersion-breaking Link's Awakening masks. And there's one unique enemy type. Awesome. It's like, okay. I don't know. And then don't get me fucking started on the sage abilities you get. Those rat bastard sages. I hated those guys. It just turned them off. I hated those rats. Ugh. Just always getting in the motherfucking way. Like, everything uses the A button in this game. It's so weird. I feel like, what were they thinking with that? I feel like they completely misunderstood. Well, just one. I mean, it's just a piece, but like, such a huge reason why Breath of the Wild was so good, because it didn't have weird stuff like that. It didn't have anything even close to as bad as selecting an item for every single arrow if you want to attach it. The original game, it had nothing like that. You're just so constantly horribly interrupted with these awful menus. Like, what the fuck? Come on, dude. Oh. You're out of your mind, dude. I think you can actually just triple jump to that. Oh yeah, I just spun on that. Why did I do that? I don't know, man. It's like all the fun I got out of Tears of the Kingdom was because of the stuff it straight up mined out of Breath of the Wild. Like it's, you know what? I've kind of talked myself out of that game right here. It's, I don't know, man. And it's like the big thing about it, the thing that's like, the stuff that you gotta remember is it's like, well, what about Ultra Hand, dude? You can't forget Ultra Hand. And it's like, this is just, I don't even really want to say it. It's just not, like, it's like criticizing music. Like, it's like, well, it'd be like if I criticize music because I don't know anything about music, you know, and I have like weird music taste. But it's almost useless to say. It's just so like, just my opinion. But it's like, I just don't really, that's just something that never interested me. Like I never would play Minecraft on creative. That is just devoid of any fun to me. Which is fine, right? Like that's why it's just a mode and not just how the game works. Or like even if it was how the game works, it's like I'll just go play something else. It's like it's fine, but it's like Ultra Hand did not make up for everything else. It was really cool, and there were a lot of really fun challenges with it involved. I don't want to hate on it. It's obviously really impressive and it's really cool. But it did not make up for things. Not even close. But it was still really cool. And all the runic powers were really cool. They did a good job with all of them. Like Fuse was pretty cool. Wasn't that cool, but it was pretty cool. I don't know. I'm not the type of player to like build a funny contraption for Twitter, you know. I just don't have the intrinsic motivation to build something just for the sake of it. It's just not something that I'm interested in. I wish I was. And I don't think that I'm not intrinsically motivated. I do think I am. I really do. Because I love Breath of the Wild and many things about that game. Like obviously like Satori Mountain, like you get the blue horse and it's like that thing is sick. I don't know. A lot of stuff about that game did not appeal to specifically me, which is like it was a huge success and everyone loved it, so it's like that's obviously fine. I just I don't know. That's just what I feel about it. I think there's a lot. So why did they reuse the map? It still took so long to make, and it's like I get that it. I've personally, this is like the worst case scenario for the next 3D Zelda game to be like that. I would have waited another 6 years. I don't know. This game is just not one I think I'll be replaying much. Like I'll replay Breath of the Wild the rest of my life, but this one, like, why? It's the same map. I already played this, man. It's the same map with like weird mechanic, like the awful arrow mechanic, and just the same map again, but like almost completely empty, except for the stuff that was already in the previous game when you scanned your amiibos in underneath it. And the Sky Islands that are like, they all look the same, and they're also pretty empty. They all, like, it's just more shrines up there. I don't know, man. And I did love it so much that when I play. I'm not trying to be a hater, man. I swear to you. Oh. And like the caves, like, cool. There's caves now, and they're just all the same cave. Awesome. They did improve the enemy variety. You gotta give them that. No, I should play Breath of the Wild. That sounds fun. Should play it on this. I couldn't play it on Wii U. Actually, I don't think I could make it work. I think I tried it and it just was too demanding for my measly machine. I might stop here. It just feels like the right place to stop, you know? Well, let's see. What can I do? What's the next, what's... Oh, cool level. Oh, the slide level? Let's do the slide. That's so true. You better get your fucking ass in line, Loba. I just played it in... I just did that whole level and didn't speak one word about it. A flirtatious bloom fruit. Man, I wonder... I don't know. I wonder how many people agree with what I said about Tears of the Kingdom like that. I wonder if those are like popular opinions by any stretch. And I don't mean like obviously most people really love that game. But like there's gotta be some other people out there who weren't just like hating ass bitches, you know. People who like went into it wanting to find a reason to dislike it. Which by the way, I did not dislike it. It was still really fun. Of course it was. Damn it. I should have come in this with Yoshi, I bet. Oh, actually, I don't know if Yoshi would have been much better. Damn it. Get it. No. Okay, I collected the star before I left. Where's it at? It's coming. Where's it at? Is it flying towards me? There it is. Wow, that one was far away. That one was so far away. This fruit is... it's like rude to the bat. Like, it's just so obvious that whoever designed it had no idea what was going on. They had no idea what some people would get out of this. It's not their fault. Not their fault. I always wonder... Okay, I know that it's like... This is something only a libertarian would say, but I never got that ignorance does not excuse violation of the law. Like, obviously sometimes it doesn't, but that's probably... Like, I think that should only, like, when laws actually match up with just, like, morality, you know? Like, obviously, like, if you didn't know that, like, stealing was illegal, or, like, murdering someone was illegal, it's like, yeah, but you should still know that murdering someone is not cool. You shouldn't need a law to tell you that. But, like, parking laws and stuff are, like, specific weird rules that, like, everyone knows about, so they just, like, do, and then it's like, whatever, but it's like, how... Like, if you don't know about the speed limit, well, that's a bad example. If you don't know about, like, you can't turn left on a red light, why is that just like, well, that doesn't excuse it if you didn't know that. It's like, why not? That's just some weird rule that you made up. No, 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 no. Yoshi. No! I don't know, it's just so weird. It's like, that's not fair. And I'm not saying like, well, then people would abuse it. And they would pretend like they didn't know when they really did. And it's like, yeah, but I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that like you shouldn't enforce the rules sometimes. I mean, you shouldn't, obviously, but... Oh, it's just so weird. It's a weird thing to say. Like, what? Why not? That's not fair. I won't do it again now that I know it's a rule. I just turned left at a red light. I didn't know that. Why can't you turn right but not left? Sometimes you should be able to turn left. Why not? It's just such a weird blanket rule to make. It's like, well, you should have learned about it in driver's ed. And it's like, well, yeah, I did, but what if I didn't? What if I was coming in from another country where that isn't the rule? Where the rules are different? It's just like, why isn't that not fair? The point of punishing mistakes is to make sure people don't do it again, right? So it's like, well, I don't know. It's obviously it's really not a big deal at all. Just you know, I'm just working on my tight 10. You know, a little funny observation for open mic night coming up. I love this song. This isn't the slide. I wanted the slide level. This level is multifaceted. Because this has nothing to do with the other star on this level. Which I will be doing shortly. Dude, the Mariners won today. Fucking Astros. I hate them. Oh my god, I hate the Astros. I've never hated a sports team like I hated the Astros. When I was a little kid, I hated the 49ers. But this is different. This is an adult hatred. I can't muster up the same enthusiasm for the 49ers that I once did. I still, like, you know, like, I hate them in the same way that I hate every other sports rival. But the Astros are different. I hate those fucking bastards, and I hate their fan base. That is the wackest motherfucking group of weird creeps of all time. I hate them. Oh, God, I hate them. So the Mariners beat them in this series. Oh, yeah, dude. God, it feels so good. I hate those last place you're below the Angels, dude. Oh, man. The Mariners have a better record than you did? What the fuck are you doing? You let the Mariners come in and beat you in a 3-game series when you're at home, dude? Dude, you know I look at the lineup. One player has an OPS above 700. One player. Actually, that's not true. I think there's 3 after today. But before today, only Josh Rojas in the lineup had an OPS above 700. And you let that team beat you in a 3-game series? What the fuck? Houston suck, dude. Oh my god, I hate those guys. Oh, it feels so good. I want to watch them lose so many World Series. I wish they would lose every World Series. It's like the 49ers. Like, yes. But it's not the same, because I don't hate the 49ers that bad. Obviously, they're whack, but dude, the Astros are like 50 times worse. Oh, damn it. I got hit by a spiny. God, dude. Jesus. It's whatever, though. I mean, it's just like, well, I'm just messing around, though. I don't know. It's just a sports thing, you know, like, I'm just fucking around. But for real Astros fans, fuck you. And I'm serious, if an Astros fan ever interacts with me on any platform, I instantly block. If I found out, I'm serious, if I found out a person I knew in real life was an Astros fan, I would not be I would avoid him. That is a motherfucking whack-ass bitch. For a fact. It's just that you have to be a fan of that team. You just are. If you were a fan of the Astros, you are whack, unequivocally, 100% chance. There's no denying it. I mean, I know that's generalizing, but it's just the truth. I've never seen or encountered an Astros fan that wasn't the wackest person I'd ever seen in my life. They're all like that. And until I find one that isn't like that, I will continue to believe that they're all like that. And they always are. Like, I'm never wrong. It's just, honestly, it's just kind of how it goes. Hey, Lubba. Lubba, are you an Astros fan? No way. Lubba's a fucking White Sox fan. I'm sorry, man. Lubba, you're going through some shit right now. But you got a World Series in 2005. You're old enough to remember that, I bet. Come on, man. Oh, no, this game came out in 2010. He wasn't even alive yet. Lubba, I'm sorry. But they were good like 3 years ago. Come on, Lubba. It's not your fault. The White Sox are really bad, but it's not your fault. Alright. That's enough. Enough of this bullshit.